Welcome back. We are following breaking news this morning out of Louisiana. 2 innocent lives have been lost to a lone shooter at a movie theater in Lafayette. 9 others were injured. The gunman, described as a white male in his 50s, then turned the semi-automatic handgun on himself and committed suicide. Residents are in shock after.
We were buying popcorn at the concession stand when like a whole group of people, teenagers mainly, running out telling everybody to run for their life. And I just thought it was teenagers just playing like a little prank, you know, and then I see a whole nother bigger group coming out screaming the same thing, and my reaction was, and then we saw a lady with blood all over her leg. I just grabbed my child, and I mean, we just all ran.
We're waiting on a live press conference from authorities. We'll bring you that back to Lafayette when it happens. Joining us now on set is criminal defense attorney Joe Tacopina. Joe, your thoughts on another tragic shooting. Thanks very much for joining us.
Maria, thank you for having me. No words, really. I mean, there's no way you can analyze this and figure out what happened. I mean, you know, movie theaters and churches used to be places you could go for worship or relaxation, and now, you know, you see these things happening, and unfortunately, sometimes what happens here is now you have other mentally disturbed people who will follow along and do what's called a copycat. And you know, you worry about these things. This is 3 years ago to the day that the Colorado shooting happened in the movie theaters. So there's no words. And this will now spark, of course, the debate about guns and gun control and all that stuff. We don't even know if this guy's gun was legal or illegal. Assuming it was illegal, you know, gun control really has nothing to do with this. People will get guns if they want to get guns. Okay,
that's interesting because that's what our last guest said. But you're right, that is the debate that is being sparked today as a result of this. And I guess we do know that Arthur Aidala, that he had a criminal record, but we're waiting on this press conference to find out any more.
You know, with the clip you just showed of that young woman, think about it. Run for your life. You're in a movie theater, as Joe said, like you're there, you're hanging out. You're not on guard. You're not thinking, well, I could be in a danger zone. You're buying popcorn, and people are screaming, "Run for your life!" And they're accurate. You are running for your life. And Joe, what I said earlier today is, we're basically one step away now from going through a metal detector to go to the movies. You go through it to go to Yankee Stadium, right?
Yeah.
What are the kinds of things that authorities will be investigating about this person as we try to figure out what this motive was?
Where he got the gun? Does he have? Everyone has a manifesto now. You know, did he leave a manifesto? Right. Was he? But it doesn't seem that way. It seems like he just randomly picked up and shot the 2 people in front of him and then just started spraying. You know, hopefully there's no racial motivation here, and I don't think there is. I mean, we're all quick to point out it happened in the South and all that, but this could be just another insane human being out there, and you know, you just don't know when your time comes. You know, I was on a train yesterday with an Amtrak train with my sons, and you know, sitting there, and some guy walked in to the car and just stood and surveyed the car for a second, and normally I'd still be asleep, but I'm taking notice, and I'm like, what is he looking for? Why is he looking at everyone? And I was ready to lunge. Like, it's insane. But that's where we're at now.
And if you've never heard a gun fired or shot a gun yourself, when you hear a gun going off, you don't really know what it is.
It could be a bomb.
It sounds like a popping noise, and that is so troubling and disturbing that when you hear something like a horrible incident like this start to happen, at times people don't know what's happening. Unless you actually put your eyes on
most of the comments were that people thought there were fireworks going on.
Right, that's what it sounds like. It's like a popping firecracker.
You're talking about a bomb. Apparently, in his car outside, Joe talked about the manifesto, there's a box. And they brought in the bomb squad, and obviously, thank God, no bombs have gone off. But the real investigation is, who is this guy, and is there any way that this could have been avoided? Was he someone who was blogging about, oh, I want to go to a movie theater, or I want to hurt people, because that's the thing, is it's prevention, identifying the danger and stopping it before it occurs.
What more can be done, though? And it's something that when you interviewed the undersecretary earlier, to make sure that people who are mentally ill, who have psychological problems, don't wind up in a public place killing people, because Lanza, Holmes, Abdulaziz all had psychological problems of varying natures.
And Jed Babin, Undersecretary under the Bush administration, basically said we need to identify the mentally ill and take them off the streets. And we were all saying, well, how do you do that?
It's a great policy statement. But what do you do? You go survey people, you knock on the door. So look me in the eyes, look me in the eyes and answer these 5 questions.
Right, that's what I said. When they do the census, hey, can you fill out this form? Are you crazy? No. Do you have suicidal thoughts? Yes. I mean,
and so you don't know until you know. Like, you don't know until there's an incident like this, or another thing that triggers it. But how do you identify?
It's also the power of denial. If you have a parents, whether it's Adam Lanza's mom or Abdulaziz's family, you will not let yourself believe that they're capable of violence, despite how ill they might be.
Final word from you, Arthur Aidala. What are you looking for in terms of this press conference? What do you want to learn most?
I want to learn if there was any way to have prevented this. If there any way to foreseen this coming down the pipe, and to learn a lesson and how to prevent this from ever happening again.
Arthur Aidala, good to have you on the show today.
I love being here.
Good to see you. Thank you so much. Dagen and Joe, I'll see you next hour. Thank you very much for your insights. Coming up.